Hello and welcome to another video of some pretty cool education, hopefully. Hopefully you'll learn something from this and put it into practice. So this video is going to be all about hypertrophy and why you should be training to get some form of hypertrophy in your life. Most people should be training to build muscle. 90% of people out there, 90% of the general population people should be training to build some form of muscle. And I'll go through the reasons why it's so effective, why it's so beneficial to your life and how you look, and to reach your goals, your life goals. So most people's goals, they come to me and say, like, I want to tone this bit, I want to lose a bit here, I want to lose a bit there. It all boils down to fat loss and muscle gain, and that equates to body composition, improved body composition. But a lot of people don't know what body composition is, hence why they say, I want to tone this bit, I want to lose a bit here, I want to reduce the size of this, I want to, do you know what I mean? But it all boils down to decrease fat and increase muscle. So the benefits of hypertrophy, there are countless benefits, and you should be training to build muscle. No matter how scary you think it is, no matter how much it relates to bodybuilding and guys getting huge. When I say building muscle, I don't mean like huge amounts of muscle being packed onto your body. I'm talking about minuscule amounts of muscle fibers, literally the tiniest specks of, microscopic amounts of muscle fibers being built on top of each other to help with your overall goals. So the first benefit of hypertrophy training is muscle is much more metabolically active than fat. And what I mean by this is your body will use more calories simply to maintain the muscle it has, or the muscle you have. So the more muscle fibers you have, the more calories your body needs to maintain that muscle. So essentially your metabolism will increase. Your resting metabolic rate will increase. Okay, so it's going to help massively with fat loss, for fat loss. Having more muscle fiber is like having more reservoirs for glucose or carbohydrates, which breaks down into glucose, and fat or triglycerides to be stored. So the more muscle fibers you have, the more areas, the more space for those fats and carbs to be stored. So essentially, the more calories your body can store if you have more muscle. Win-win. If that isn't a big enough advantage, I don't know what it is, So that's the first reason to focus on hypertrophy. The second reason is having more muscle gives you the shape that you desire and what you're looking for. It's not cardio. It's not running. It's not jogging. It's weight training. It's resistance training. Weights give you the shape, and focusing on good eating habits will focus on the weight. Okay, so let's think about the food for weight and weights for shape. It's a good way to look at it. So building muscle, focusing on weight training will give you, defined or toned. I don't use the term toned, but most people know what toned means. So weight training will give you the toned arms and abs, legs that most people are looking for. So weight training, hypertrophy, gives you the shape, gives you defined, lean muscular, fit shape that most people desire. Hypertrophy also helps with improving posture. So over time, when you do some sort of strength training, that obviously builds muscle as well. But over time, your posture will improve. So it almost pulls your body into the correct shape and posture. In today's society, most people they sit down a lot. So they lie down in bed, they get up and they sit down at the chair for breakfast. They drive to work sitting down. They get to the office or work from home. They sit down working from home, and then they sit down at the dinner table, and then they sit down in the evening. So there's a lot of sitting down going on, which means there's not much muscular engagement going on, which is really going to inhibit your posture. So weight training, strength training, and building muscle will help with improving posture. It will help with kyphosis. So a lot of people nowadays are kyphotic. They're rounded shoulders, tight chest muscles, and very weak upper back. So doing strength training will help to alleviate that and bring those shoulders back and help you stand up a lot straighter. That's another good reason. So building muscle literally means you are harder to kill, and by that I mean having more muscle. It's like a suit of armor, protecting your bones, protecting your vital organs. It helps. You're going to get stronger. So having more muscle means that you're less likely to suffer from fractures, from bone fractures, and also it massively helps with recovery in illness. So if you do get ill or if you are injured, having more muscle, which is done through resistance training, will help with your recovery rate. So it will actually help you recover from your illness or from your injury. So and this is massively important for those of you who are in later life, around like after 40, 50 years old. The benefits of weight training and training to build muscle is so important. So yeah, it literally makes you harder to kill. Lastly, training to build muscle, so resistance training, will actually benefit your cardiovascular system massively. A lot of people don't realise this, but when you lift heavy weights, your muscles contract, blood gets pumped to that working muscle, which means your heart rate has to work harder to get that blood to that target muscle. Just think about what you're doing when you're running. When you're running, certain muscles in your body are contracting, blood gets pumped to those muscles, which is why your heart rate increases. So if you do like a heavy squat, okay, think about doing a heavy squat of like 70% of your max rep, and you do 12 reps, and then you go straight into doing a overhead press with, I don't know, 50% of your max rep. Do that one after the other, your heart rate is going to be through the roof. You're going to be breathing heavy, your heart rate is going to be flying, your lungs are going to be working hard. That's cardiovascular fitness. So you get a lot more bang for your buck when you're strength training and you're training to build muscle. Everything works. Your cardiovascular system, your aerobic, anaerobic system's working. Your ATP system's working. There's so many benefits from strength, resistance training, and training to build muscle. And this is why I put all my clients through quite intense resistance training programs, mainly with supersets, because you get a lot more work done in a short amount of time, and you get a good cardiovascular workout from that as well. So I hope that helped. I hope it sort of helped clear up some confusion with the benefits of hypertrophy and the fact that hypertrophy shouldn't be shied away from. It's not a scary thing. Everyone should be trained to build muscle. Your mum, your dad, your granddad. If you're looking to lose weight, build muscle. If you're looking to build muscle, then build muscle by strength training. If you're looking to get stronger, strength train and a byproduct of strength training is building some muscle if your nutrition is on point. Obviously, nutrition and your eating habits come into play, and protein, etc., but I just wanted to go through the benefits of hypertrophy training. I'll go through the benefits of like sleep, nutrition another time, but this is just for hypertrophy. Yeah, hope it helps. Any questions, let me know.